The real reason for the Velvet Revolution. Smells of political engineering to me, LOL. The real reason is probably much simpler, but, instrumental for some elites. Following the Velvet Revolution, Czechoslovakia underwent a significant privatization process to transition from a centrally planned to a market-based economy. While the revolution itself was driven by a broad societal desire for freedom and democracy, the subsequent privatization did create opportunities for certain elites to accumulate wealth and influence. So here are some groups who benefited from privatization. Former Communist Party members and managers, especially those who held influential positions within the former state-owned enterprises and the party itself, definitely had an advantage in the privatization process. They often possessed insider knowledge of the companies and could, leverage their existing networks and connections to secure ownership or control. Some individuals with close ties to the new political leadership were also able to secure assets through the privatization process, sometimes through preferential treatment or access to information. A new class of entrepreneurs and investors emerged who were able to acquire previously state-owned assets, sometimes through complex and opaque transactions. Foreign firms and individuals also played a role, acquiring stakes in privatized companies or establishing new ventures. So, let's talk a bit about the various methods of privatization and, the criticisms that often come up. Privatization can take several forms, like public share offerings, direct sales, or even management employee buyouts. However, these approaches have sparked a number of debates. Critics argue that privatization sometimes leads to increased inequality, loss of state control over essential services, and in some cases, even corruption. Supporters, on the other hand, claim it boosts efficiency and innovation. The truth is, the impact of privatization really depends on the context, the sector involved, and how the process is managed. So, voucher privatization was a key method used during the transition. Basically, vouchers were issued to citizens, and these could be used to bid for shares in state-owned companies. While the idea was to give everyone equal access to privatization, in practice, many citizens ended up selling their vouchers or turning to investment funds. As a result, these funds ended up accumulating pretty significant holdings. Another method was direct sales, where some state-owned assets were sold straight to private investors. There were, sometimes allegations of corruption or a lack of transparency in these deals. And then there were management buyouts. In some cases, the management teams of state-owned firms actually purchased the company themselves, often with help from external capital.